everybody. I'm glad you're here today. I'm going to bring you one thought. I asked myself this week, why am I doing this? Why am I following Jesus? I asked myself that. Can I put that into a very tight explanation? And here's what I came up with, and I want you to know it, and this is why I'm following him, and I think it might be why you're following him, or maybe even why you want to follow him but haven't yet. I don't know. But here's my thought. There are a myriad of reasons of why I follow Jesus, but one of the major ones that is popping into my head right now is I was born with a purpose. You see, I was created for a purpose. And guess what? You were created for a purpose also. We are all born to live out a purpose in our lives. The unbeliever thinks this also. Okay, so I understand there's a parallel here. What makes the believer in Jesus different is that I was born with the purpose to glorify God. It is never about me. It is always about him. And when I do that, when you do that, when we all do that together, here's what happens. We have a sense, excuse me, we have a sense of belonging, a sense of a journey, an adventure. At times, there are seasons that it's quiet, that it's a quiet journey and does not have a lot of excitement to it, but it does have solidness to it. When you understand that you were born for this adventure, that you were born to fulfill the purpose that God made you. And that's different for all of us, y'all. It's not what I do in my Christian walk as far as glorifying God is probably going to be different than what you do. You see, God describes it as like being different body parts. So some people are hands, some people are elbows, some are eyes, ears, the belly button. I mean, we're all different parts of the body, but we're all connected to the head, which is Christ. All right. So we have direction. And once you understand what your body part is, then you can begin to walk in this goal, what you are to do. Now, some of us are still figuring out what our body parts are. I mean, and I am too. I don't know exactly. And I even asked the question, are we just one body part? Are there some that have different areas? I don't know. Y'all comment. What is your body part? Are y'all seeing this the way I am? I don't know. I may be in left field here. I don't know. I don't think so. When you understand that your birth, that your creation inside your mother's womb was not an accident, it was purposeful, that God wove you together. When you understand that and really believe it, then life, and then commit to it, commit to following Christ. And Christ was the picture of God on earth. Christ gave us the visual of what our Father in heaven is. So when you understand these things, then your life has direction and it's fun. I remember when I first figured out, and it hadn't been that long ago, unfortunately, that it's really fun to follow Christ, then I'm in. If it's fun, I'm all in. If it's not fun, I'm on the struggle bus, not lying. Some of y'all aren't like that. I understand. But, and like I said, it's not always fun. Sometimes it's stinking hard. And that is where the commitment is. And the commitment has to be rooted in, why am I doing this? Because sometimes it gets so hard, you want to quit. And I get that. Stay in, y'all. Stay part of the body. The thing about the body is it's all connected. So if the arm is laying out on the sidewalk by itself, if my arm's cut off and laying outside in the street by itself, that arm ain't doing no good to anyone. And in fact, it's withering up and dying. The tissue is dying unless it's connected to the body. So keep that in mind as you're trying to figure out, what God's purpose for you is. The very simplest thing, and don't get too bogged down with, I don't know what my purpose is yet, so I'm not going to do anything, or blah 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 blah. Don't get too bogged down with pursuing your purpose. Just have faith that Jesus is the Son of God, that you're following him, that you're going to go through seasons where it's very clear what your purpose is, and some seasons where it's not, but you still hang on to the fact that you were created with a purpose. And at the very root of that, it is to glorify God in heaven with your life. And it can be as simple as telling others, here's what God did for me. And sometimes y'all, we're so tired in our life, we can't even tell anybody anything. Sometimes our parents are sick in the hospital, or our children are sick, or we're sick, or there's no money, or there's more month than money. I mean, I get it. There's times when you're just tapped out. But even in those times, the one thing you can do is keep the faith, endure to the end. Know that there are others who are not in your situation that are praying for you. Y'all, sometimes I've been so tired I can't pray. I can't even form a prayer. And that's when I just go to bed knowing, I know that my sister's praying for me. I know that my brothers are praying for me. So rest in that thought. Cut yourself some slack, but also know you're created with a purpose. Your life has a direction, and it all points to God. And in the end, he's coming back to get us, y'all. He's coming back. So we look forward to that. We look forward to that day. That's all I have. I hope that helps. This is Gina Lehman Charlie. I'm out.